Do you ever wonder what it's like on the set of the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop for Pawn Stars? Well, today in this video, wonder no more, because that's exactly what we're going to be talking about. Let's get into the video. I have long enjoyed the show Pawn Stars on the History Channel. If you are unfamiliar with it, the show has been aired since 2009 and stars Rick Harrison, his father, Rick's son Corey, and Corey's friend, who is named Chumley. The show was filmed in the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop, which is in downtown Las Vegas. Rick Harrison's father opened the shop and Rick joined him, followed many years later by Rick's son Corey. Corey brought along his friend Chumley, and together they comprise the basis of the show. If you aren't familiar with the Pawn Show, you can watch 3 of the 4 main stars in the video below. I recently went to the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop and wanted to share the experience with you so you can get an idea of how visiting the shop compares to what you see on the History Channel TV show.
We got clocks over here, we got salt shakers, more silverware, more artwork.
What?
Come down and pick it up for $15,000 special today only. And we've got our Indian jewelry here, a lot of turquoise stuff.
Layout of the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop. Once inside the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop, you will probably be surprised at how narrow it is. The store is long and narrow and filled with all kinds of items on both sides. Just like on the television show, you will see glass cases to peruse and lots of more items on the shop walls. I wandered around and was asked a few times if I needed any help or had any questions. After the 3rd time I was asked if I had any questions, I decided to ask a few. I learned that the original Gold and Silver Pawn Shop has been expanded 3 different times after the shop went on TV. The staff person I spoke with even showed me on the ceiling where each part had been expanded. The first expansion was so that a gift shop could be added to the shop. The gift shop features magnets, keychains, coffee mugs, t-shirts with the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop insignia on it. The gift shop also features Rick Harrison's book, License to Pawn, Deals, Deals in My Life at the Gold and Silver. I have read this book and found it an interesting perspective on Rick Harrison's life and what led him to join with his father in the pawn business. I recommend it to anyone who is interested in finding out more about Rick, the shop, and the show.
We've got 2 Super Bowl rings. We've got several college championship rings. We get choppers in all the time. This is a $80,000 bike.
Items available for purchase at the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop. Visitors are free to mill around and look at all the items for sale in the shop. One of my favorite things to do when I was there was to see the items that were featured on the television show and try to remember if I saw them when they were featured. If they were on the show, they were marked with a special tag. I was amazed at the prices of some of the items in the shop. The most expensive things I saw were the artwork and some of the jewelry, such as some Super Bowl rings. Although it is fun to visit the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop because you are really entering the set of a television show, which just happens to also be a business, the visit is very educational. I am pretty sure most people will never be able to see an authentic Super Bowl ring in person unless they visit the shop. The walkways inside the store are ropes so that as you walk in, you follow the shelving and glass cases on your right, and there are poles with ropes on your left, so you are guided by the ropes to walk past the gift shop area. Straight to the back of the store on your right, then loop around going past the gift shop and to the back where the interactive camera is. In the cutouts of Rick Harrison and the Old Man, then you can continue around and head back to the front of the store, this time looking at cases on your right, being guided by ropes on your left. My 2 visits to the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop. The first time was a few years ago. I stopped by shortly after they had finished filming a show, and I was fortunate enough to have been there when they made an announcement over a loudspeaker that Chumley was in the store and had agreed to meet and greet people over at one side of the store. He signed autographs and posed for photos of people. It was quite exciting, and I bought a postcard for him to sign. During my second visit, I was not able to meet any of the stars in the show, but I was impressed that now they have staff walking around the store and willing to answer any questions that visitors may have. That's going to do it for today's video, guys. I hope you got some sort of idea what the inside of the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop looks like. If you did enjoy the video, leave a like on the video and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.